Hi, um, welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. And if you're new to the channel, hey, and welcome to the channel. I hope you like this video, because in this video I'll talk about a very important topic for me, and I think also for many other people in this world, which is, yeah, I'll just start off with a short sentence and I'll just let you think about it for a moment. And yeah, the sentence is: don't let the internet use you, use the internet, but don't let it use you. I'll just let it sink in for a while. I got a water here. So yeah, you know, in the past couple of weeks I've really kind of noticed just how the internet is kind of shaping people in many ways. I mean, it's not only for the way they think, but also the way they feel, the way they interact with others and whatsoever. And I feel like it's really impacting a lot of people's life. At least it does for me, and it did way much more in the past. So it's kind of like a lot of people are used by big companies that are using the internet to collect data, or mainly to collect data and sell them for more profit, or in general just very unethical, profit-oriented companies that don't really care about any of their users. They just care about money and their own interests. So I feel like we as people that use the internet have to learn, or rather to be conscious about what we do on the internet, and maybe learn a bit more about the internet. I mean, I'm personally very into technology. I mean, I want to study kind of like computer science, something like that, you know, but I'm not like a person that just, doesn't think about the negatives of technology. I really like technology. I'm not against some parts of it, but I'm against how we interact with it and how it's taking over people's life. It wasn't meant to take over our entire life. It was the way that I think of it, it was or it should be made to enhance our lives in certain ways, but not to take over our lives or take anything away from the real world. Like, only to take away the negative part of the real world, but to still like be able to embrace the good parts in the real world. For example, friendship. Online friendships are very cool, and I'm very thankful for that. But it's like, for example, think about companies such as Meta and the company behind TikTok and everything. It's just, they have such stupid kind of video platforms where so much stupid content is posted, but they make so much money out of it by ads, by advertisements and selling data and whatever. I don't even know how they make all the money, but yeah, that's what it is. And I personally really want to be more conscious about how I use the internet and how the internet exactly works. I mean, most people, they don't even know, why does there stand HTTPS in the beginning of my URL, or why is it google.com, or what is an IP address, what is DNS, but that's the fundamental of how it builds and how the internet kind of works. And I feel like that's a very interesting thing to learn and also important if you use it. I mean, so many people use it, but they don't know what it actually is, what it does. And so, yeah, just use the internet in a kind of more conscious way, to not let like big companies or YouTubers, for example. There's so many of these like influencers, if you can call them that, on the internet. I mean, they also existed before, but on the internet it's way worse. We're talking about influencers on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube also, that just post the most stupid stuff in this world, but they somehow still get millions of clicks and get rich by doing such honestly disturbing, weird, dumb stuff. And I just want to embrace the consciousness in this world, living more conscious. And I'm so thankful that the internet exists. For example, I've met so many awesome people on the internet that without them I would be much more lonely. I have found interesting new information on the internet about certain topics, because there's so much information on the internet that you can still learn from it by, for example, very informative YouTube videos, like hour-long kind of documentations on, which I really like to watch. But that's only a small portion of the internet and social media. There's so much bad stuff on the internet that I just think that a lot of people just let it like into their minds without really thinking about it. And so for example, what I've been doing the past time is just kind of getting it more into Linux, because Linux, I don't know how it's pronounced, but the operating system that's not macOS or Windows, which is you're not dependent on a big company. It's not run by a big company that wants to sell your data, like I feel like Microsoft does. Or they actually give you the freedom to decide what you want on your device. Like, they don't just, for example, like Windows, they don't put Copilot, like AI. I'm not a fan of AI at all, but they don't just put AI on there. You can decide what you put on there. They just put basic stuff on there, and you can decide what you want to install, which is really cool. And also, you just have so much freedom to change things in the entire kind of system, to customize it, and also it's just kind of more secure about your data. And I mean, everything that like is uploaded on the internet will get like eventually be seen by AI or whatever and be taken into their algorithms. So there's nothing that we can do about it, but I still want to use the internet in a more healthy and cool way, honestly, because I want to just have fun on the internet. I don't want it to be a place that harms me. I want it to be a place that I like, that I I'm somewhere in the park, so it's kind of like bells in the background. I hope you can still hear me. Okay, it's over now. So I don't know what I was just talking about, but Linux is great. Linux uses Linux. That's a great thing. So thinking a bit. This is also what I'm kind of trying to achieve on this channel, to make a difference on the internet. And like, there's so many of these YouTubers that kind of say good or like right stuff, but it's also kind of that they still use this stuff to make money out of it, or to kind of like lie to people to make content that attracts the masses. Like, okay, that's a really loud car going by somewhere. But kind of making content that appeals to the masses, which I don't really like, honestly, because they don't put more often put quality content on there, but it's really repetitive. And yeah, there's just so many things about the internet that can use you, but you can take matters into your own hands and start to use the internet in a more conscious, there was some fly, in a more conscious way that makes you feel better about it. And it's not about leaving everything on the internet behind, it's about doing stuff on the internet that you actually like watching or doing. So yeah, that's all there's to say for this video. I really hope you enjoyed watching it, and it was just a kind of uncut talk. I didn't really plan anything. I don't have a notebook besides me or whatever, so I still hope that you kind of get my point and my ideas come a bit through. So yeah, this is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and we'll see us again in another video. Bye!